Six figures used to mean you made it.
We're rich, baby. Break out the red panties. We're rich, baby.
Now it just means you get to feel broke with a nicer kitchen. Credit cards stack like Jenga, groceries split on buy now, pay later. The fridge looks full, but the bank account looks hollow. You're smiling for the gram, but screaming into the pillow when the house goes quiet. Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know the 3 signals proving the middle class isn't struggling, it's collapsing. And you'll see the playbook quiet 6-figure households are already using to stop the bleed before they become the next comp. The math doesn't care. Household income 120 grand. Sounds strong, looks adult, feels safe. After taxes, $6,700 hits the account. Now watch the floor drop out. Mortgage $3,800, property taxes $890, daycare $1,600, cars plus insurance $1,200, groceries plus gas $1,400. That's $8,900 before a single night out, before Netflix, before prescriptions, school photos, birthday parties, before unexpected becomes monthly. Negative $2,200 every single month. Not avocado toast, not lattes, arithmetic with a body count. Now you didn't blow it. You just did what they said. Work hard, stack a down payment, lock the mortgage, post the keys. Now you're shackled to a monthly chokehold that makes 6 figures feel like minimum wage in a suit. You're feeling it even harder because inventory's up, but urgency is dead. Over 50% of households earning $100,000 to $150,000 say they couldn't handle an unexpected $1,000 expense without going into debt. Call it straight. You're not broke, you're over leveraged in a collapsing system with rigged rules and no restart button. Every dollar you earn, pre-spent. Every raise you celebrate, devoured before it lands. Every bonus, just a bucket for a boat full of holes. You're not climbing, you're treading water with bricks in your backpack. And the sickest part, you can't say it because telling people you feel trapped while sitting on leather seats feels like spitting on your own blessings. So you smile harder, swipe the card, whisper it's fine. It isn't. If you bought in 2021 or 2022, this next part tastes like battery acid. Locked in at 1.8, now you're walking into a 5% mortgage, same paycheck, same house, 25% more pressure. That's not a rate adjustment. That's a $1,200 a month uppercut to your stability. You thought you bought safety. You bought a time-release liability wrapped in crown molding. Sell to who and at what loss? Because writing a 6-figure apology to your lender isn't a plan. Too broke to stay, too upside down to leave. Welcome to the new middle class. Mortgage hostages with LinkedIn titles and zero leverage. 15-year high inventory, 10-year low urgency. Those comps, they don't fade. They tattoo themselves on your home value. You can scream what you think it's worth. The buyer doesn't care. The appraiser doesn't care. And the bank definitely doesn't care. This isn't a soft landing, it's a free fall playback in slow motion. And every month you wait, you're not just stuck, you're comping yourself lower for the next guy. Wages have flatlined, your bills moonwalk, inflation steals quietly, fees multiply like gremlins, insurance adjusts up, utilities creep, childcare competes with rent, the economy runs on debt, distraction, and denial. Keep you productive enough to service your obligations, never free enough to escape them. They call it ownership, but it feels more like slavery. And none of this is your fault. But surviving it is your responsibility. Most people won't act, not because they can't, because they're ashamed, too proud to admit the math is broken, too scared to be the first to say it, so they fake it. Swipe, post, repeat. While equity leaks through interest, inflation, and inertia. Your income rises slower than your fixed costs. Every renewal, every policy, every we've updated our pricing email tightens the belt one more notch. You're not living, you're managing. You don't choose, you cope. Vacations become staycations, emergencies become patient plans. Every decision asks what gets delayed. You're not steering, you're stabilizing. The better your life looks, the harder it is to admit it hurts. So you go quiet, and the quiet costs more than the struggle ever did. The silence, that's how the middle class died. If this feels uncomfortably real, grab my free seller guide below. No pressure, no pitch, just clarity. So you don't become the next comp. Now here's the scariest part. Renters aren't safe, owners aren't safe, singles, couples, families, all getting squeezed by the same vice. It's not your latte, it's the ladder. Every rung costs more, every rung is weaker, and they still tell you to climb. The dream didn't die, it got repriced beyond reach, then financed into chains. You're not the villain, the system is. Rates, supply, approvals, comps. That's the enemy. Attack that, not yourself. Because self-blame is how the system keeps you obedient. Clear-eyed anger, that's how you get dangerous. Keep watching because this doesn't end with good luck. I'm going to show you the exact signals to track weekly so you know when pressure is peaking and where the real options live before that next wave takes them away. You're standing in a burning building with no exits label. That's not your fault. but staying once you smell the smoke, that is. If this hits home, don't move. The next section isn't about panic, it's about power. How to spot the term, protect your margin, and stop being a hostage in a house that eats your life. You've been told the danger is losing your home. Wrong. The danger is losing your options. A house is walls, doors, and debt. Options are freedom. The extinction of the middle class isn't measured in foreclosures and bank sales. It's measured in families with no moves left. And once you lose your moves, the game plays you. Every headline says housing crash. That's surface level. The real story, options crash. Families concerned, choices stripped, futures pawned off for payments they can't control. Fact, 63% of six-figure households in North America live paycheck to paycheck. That's not struggling, that's extinction in a suit. Let's break it down. Wealthy families, they have options. They can refinance, relocate, restructure. They play chess with 12 pieces, while you're stuck with 2 pawns. Low-income families, they're already lean. Pressure hurts, but it doesn't break their system. Middle class, we carry the heaviest chains. We finance our lifestyle, we finance the financing, and we're told keeping it together is the same as winning. So when pressure spikes, we don't pivot, we suffer in silence. That's extinction, not fire, suffocation. Households that look fine from the street, but feel like a prison inside. Even as the math collapses, you keep hearing, ride it out, markets recover. It's just a cycle. But this isn't a cycle. The gap between income and cost isn't a dip, it's a canyon. And canyons don't close, they widen. Every month you wait on the edge, you're standing still sliding. This isn't just about money, it's about control. You won't quit the job you hate because the mortgage needs feeding. You won't call out the system because you're scared of looking ungrateful. You won't tell your friends the truth because you don't want to look like you've lost. That silence, that's currency. The system feeds on it. Stress isn't a side effect, it's the model. The economy runs on stretched thin. Too indebted to leave, too exhausted to resist. Every dollar you throw at survival steals more than cash. Steals time, energy, presence. That's why you feel like you're drowning. Not because of the mortgage, but because the mortgage owns every thought you have. You're not free, you're indentured. A tenant in your own life. So how do the quiet, six-figure households avoid becoming the next comp? They run a playbook. Simple, ruthless, effective. Step 1, oxygen first. Cash flow is oxygen. Forget optics. If it doesn't cut your burn, it's dead weight. Refinance, renegotiate, or remove it. Step 2, asset audit. Rank bills by survival. Mortgage, food, transportation equals non-negotiable. Everything else, test it. Does it keep me afloat or pull me underwater? If it pulls, it's gone. Step 3, signal tracking. No vibes, no headlines. Watch 3 numbers weekly if you're trapped in a house you can't afford. Inventory levels, days on market, debt to income ratios. Those numbers decide whether you're stable or you're about to get crushed. Step 4, move early. They don't wait for panic. They pivot when the math says pivot. Because waiting turns you into prey. That's the playbook. Not theory, not motivational fluff. Survival training. The families that run it, they live to fight the next round. And right now, that's the only win that matters. If you're making 100 to 150,000, you're closer to bankruptcy than wealth. Most six-figure households have less than 90 days of savings. One job loss, one medical bill, one renewal, and the whole facade collapses. That's not middle class, that's middle risk. And that risk doesn't wait politely. It compounds daily whether you act or not. The system wants you ashamed because ashamed people stay quiet. The antidote is clarity. Clarity turns panic into action. Clarity makes shame impossible. Clarity is extinction's enemy. See the trap and you stop blaming yourself and you start fighting back. The middle class isn't dying because people are weak. It's dying because people are obedient. Obedient to debt, obedient to appearances, obedient to rules that were never built to set you free. But rules can be broken. Silence can be broken. Extinction can be fought. Not with hope, with action. Sharp, clear, fast. Survival isn't pretty, it's gritty. And it's the only path to the other side. This isn't the end, this is just the start. Because what's coming next isn't just higher cost and lower comps. It's a structural reset that decides who makes it through and who gets erased. In the next video, I'll show you how to spot the reset in real time and how to move before it buries you. Not theory, not hype, protocol. The middle class is under attack. You're possibly sitting in a house you can't afford, but extinction isn't mandatory. The link's below, choice is yours. Just don't wait until silence becomes your cage, because extinction only wins when you play dead.